Good morning to everyone. This is Dr. Swami YVNR, working as an associate professor in the Department of ECE, Lakhireddy Balreddy College of Engineering, Mayurvaram. Today we'll discuss classifications of oscillators or types of oscillators. Types of oscillators. Okay. Before discussing the classifications of oscillator, we have to know what is oscillator. Oscillator is an electronic device which produces the output signal or AC signal without applying or without giving any input signal. That is oscillator. In case of amplifier, we have to give some input signal. Then that input signal will be amplified at the output. But in case of oscillators, we are not giving any input signal. It will produces the output. That is the oscillator. So amplifier and oscillator both are generating sinusoidal signal only, AC signal only. But in case of amplifier, we have to give some input signal. But in case of oscillator, we are not giving any input signal. Okay, that is oscillator and amplifier definition. Now coming to the classifications. So based on nature of waveform generated, nature of waveform generated, oscillators are classified into two types. Those are sinusoidal oscillators and non-sinusoidal oscillators. Sinusoidal oscillator and non-sinusoidal oscillators. Okay. What is sinusoidal oscillator? Sinusoidal oscillators are oscillator which generates only sinusoidal signals. Example, RC oscillator, Wien bridge oscillator, Hartley oscillator, Colpitts oscillator. All these will generate the sinusoidal signals only. But then what is the non-sinusoidal oscillator? The oscillators which are not generating sinusoidal oscillators, which generates only non-sinusoidal signals. So those are triangular waveform generator, square wave generator, sawtooth wave generator, all are the non-sinusoidal oscillators. Example for non-sinusoidal oscillator is a relaxation oscillator. Then next, second one, based on component used, oscillators are classified into two types. Based on components used, oscillators are classified into two types. Those are LC oscillator and RC oscillators. LC oscillators and RC oscillator. What is LC oscillator? LC oscillator is the oscillator in which the LC components only used, inductor and capacitor components are used. Example for LC oscillators are Hartley oscillator and Colpitts oscillator. In Hartley oscillator, we'll use two inductors and one capacitor, where capacitor is a variable capacitor. In RC oscillator, we are using LC oscillators are further classified into two types. Those are Hartley and Colpitts. In Hartley oscillator, we use two inductors and one capacitor. In Colpitts oscillator, we use two capacitors and one inductor. In coming to the RC oscillators are classified into two types. Those are RC phase shift oscillator and Wien bridge oscillator. Okay. And where RC phase shift oscillator is a fixed frequency oscillator, Wien bridge oscillator is a variable frequency oscillator. The advantage of RC phase shift oscillator is we are using only single amplifier. In case of Wien bridge oscillator, we are using two amplifiers. Okay, so that is the difference between RC phase shift and Wien bridge oscillator. Coming to the third one, based on frequency, based on frequency, there are two types of oscillators. Those are audio frequency oscillator and radio frequency oscillators. Audio frequency and radio frequency. Example for audio frequency oscillators are RC phase shift oscillator and Wien bridge oscillator. In case of radio frequency oscillator, example for radio frequency oscillators are Hartley oscillator, Colpitts oscillator, and crystal oscillators. Based on frequency, two types, audio frequency and radio frequency. Audio frequency oscillators are RC phase shift and Wien bridge oscillator. Radio frequency oscillators are Hartley, Colpitts, and crystal oscillators. So these are the classifications of oscillators. Classifications. So based on components used, oscillators are two types, sinusoidal and non-sinusoidal. Based on components used, oscillators are two types, LC type oscillator, RC type oscillator. Based on frequency, oscillators are two types, audio frequency oscillator and radio frequency oscillator. So this is the classification of oscillators. Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you.